Hello again, everyone, and welcome to A Shortstop with a Shortstop. Today we're going to talk a little bit how we think. And I'm going to try to use a few tennis players instead of some baseball players today. And there was a study done in a tennis academy in Florida called Sparta, and they took the top 25 best players in the world and tried to figure out what separated the top 5 tennis players from the rest of the field. And do you think it was their workout routine? No, it wasn't. Do you think it was what they ate? No, it wasn't that either. They finally, after a lot of study, it came down to their thinking. And in a tennis match, 10 to 15 seconds after every point was made, the tennis player that thought, well, I love this game. There's no place that I would rather be than right here. And after the point was made, even if they didn't get the point, they were thinking to themselves, well, you just wait till the next time. I'll be ready for that. I'm going to hit the ball to the corner that I want to hit it to, or I'm going to score the next point. They always thought something positive, and it separated the top 5 from the other 20. And what does our thinking need to be today? If we look at Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 7, it says, "For as a man thinketh, so is he." And that can't be any more true, because if you think about it, what are some of the things that we read? Are we constantly trying to read good books? Are we reading the Bible? Because some of the things that we read are going to create thoughts in our head, and it's going to make us think certain ways. What about the things that we watch? Maybe on TV, maybe on a movie, or may just be out looking around at some of the things that we shouldn't be looking at. And that can make us think thoughts in our mind that we shouldn't think. But what about the people, some of the people that we might hang around? And in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33, it says that corrupt people can corrupt good morals. And if we're not hanging around good people, we're not going to think in the right way that God wants us to. And if you look back at 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5, it's talking about love. And it says, love does not behave itself unseemly. It does not seek her own. It is not easily provoked. And it thinketh no evil. Are we constantly seeing things on TV or reading things or hanging around people that are constantly proclaiming some type of evil? Well, God says love thinketh no evil. It's how we think. And if we look at Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 through 31, the apostles are in a boat, and Jesus sent them on out, and there's a little bit of a storm coming upon them. And Jesus starts walking to them on the water. And Peter looks at him and says, "If that's you, Lord, bid me to come to you." And Jesus told him to come on. Peter got out of the boat and started walking on the water, but then he saw some waves and got scared. And he said, "Lord, save me." And Jesus reached out his hand and grabbed him. But if you think about Peter's thoughts, he wasn't afraid at one time to get out of the boat. He wanted to get out there and walk on the water too. We as Christians need to get out of the boat. And I know Peter's faith failed him there when he started sinking, because Jesus said, "Oh, ye of little faith." But it's how we think. For as a man thinketh, so is he. We can walk on water, not literally, but we can do what Jesus wants us to do here on this earth if we get our thoughts in the right direction and be a positive person with the other people around us and be as positive as we possibly can be. And we can be that top 5 out of the 25. And it was their thinking that made them what they were as tennis players. God says, as we think, so are we. Let's think good thoughts. Thank you again for being with a shortstop with a shortstop.